Okay.
Next, we have a motion that authorizes any supervisor to spend $2,500 for emergency situations and the manager to spend, and we can adjust this amount, a week for daily operational needs during 2022. I'll make a motion that would authorize any supervisor to spend $2,500 for emergency situations and the manager to spend $1,000 a week for daily operational needs during 2022. Is there a second?
Yes.
I would like to mention that we came up with that $2,000 because of some of the equipment needs that we may need in the middle of the snowstorm. We had a long discussion when we first put that into effect. So you may end up harming your operations by making it lower, but that's your decision.
Well, as you also would note that this motion also authorizes the supervisor to spend $2,500 in an emergency situation.
Right.
So that actually would be above that amount if we did have an emergency situation. All right, motion made and seconded. So call for the vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0. Then we'll ask for a motion to authorize the township manager to purchase security bonds for 2022 for the secretary treasurer in the amount of $800,000 and real estate tax collector in the amount of $500,000. Is there a motion?
Motion.
I'll
Second.
Okay, you second that. Motion made and seconded to authorize the township manager to purchase security bonds for 2022 for the
We don't
secretary
have one.
treasurer in the amount of $800,000 and real estate tax collector in the amount of $500,000. All right, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0. Next, I ask for a motion to adopt resolution 9-2022, authorizing the board to appoint an independent auditor, Herbine and Company, to audit the financial records of 2022. Is there a motion? Second. All right. Motion made and seconded to adopt resolution 9-2022, authorizing the board to appoint an independent auditor, Herbine and Company, to audit the financial records of 2022, or, excuse me, financial records of 2021. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0.
Can I ask a question about that? Is that the company that's gonna be here tomorrow night at the audit meeting?
No.
No.
No, okay.
All right, is there a motion to set the mileage rate for the IRS approved rate of .585 per mile?
Motion.
Okay, motion.
I'll second.
Okay, motion made by Harlan, all right. Okay, so motion made and seconded to set the mileage rate at the IRS approved rate of .585 per mile. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion passes 3-0. Next, we have resolution 10-2022. Motion to adopt. Is there a motion to adopt this resolution designating the Northern Berks Emergency Medical Service to provide emergency medical service and transport services to Maidencreek Township?
Yes.
So that's a motion.
Yeah.
You made a motion.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so motion made and seconded to adopt resolution 10-2022 designating Northern Berks Northern Berks Emergency Medical Service to provide emergency medical service and transport service to Maidencreek Township. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0. Next, ask for a motion to adopt resolution 11-2022 designating the Blandon Fire Company to provide fire protection and emergency medical assistance to Maidencreek Township.
Motion.
Okay, motion made and seconded to adopt resolution 11-2022 designating the Blandon Fire Company to provide fire protection, emergency medical assistance in Maidencreek Township. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 3-0. Next, we have the fire police personnel, and ask for a motion to appoint the following personnel to following positions: Captain Floyd Richards, Lieutenant James Sholkoff Jr., Officers Daniel Miller Sr., and Hunter Richard Harris.
Motion.
I second that.
Motion made and seconded to appoint the following personnel for fire police: Captain Floyd Richards, Lieutenant James Sholkoff Jr., Officers Daniel Miller Sr., and Hunter Richard Harris. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion passes 3-0. Okay, and then I have a couple additional items. One is we mentioned earlier about a request for proposal for services, specifically for township solicitor, and also for zoning officer, building code official, and code enforcement officer. It's been at least 5 years since we've asked for proposals to do that, and I move that we authorize the township to request, to advertise for proposals for those positions. Is there a second?
I second that, yes.
Any other comment? All right. Motion made and seconded to authorize the township to advertise for proposals for township solicitor, zoning officer, building code official, and code enforcement officer. All in favor, please say aye. All right.
Nay.
Okay.
Public comment?
Question, are these in the budget or allotted for these positions?
We just, yes, they are. These are positions that we just filled, and we're going out for bids on these positions, so absolutely they're in the budget. Okay.
Based on the rates that we receive from the people that service our needs now.
And I also make a motion to authorize the township to advertise for the township secretary and receptionist.
Yes, I second that motion.
Yeah.
All right. All right, motion made and seconded to advertise for township secretary and receptionist. Is there any discussion? Call for a vote?
Aye.
Nay.
All right, and I'll vote aye, so it passes 2-1. All right, we are now through the agenda. Thank you for your time. The time is now 8:30, or almost 8:50. Okay. Motion.
I have one question here, now that you're all finished. When we go back to seasonal snowplow operators, you have a name in there by the name of Tim Mills.
Correct.
I'd like to get to the bottom of that situation. Who's paying him? Who is he getting paid by?
He gets paid by both organizations. He works for the sewer authority. When he works for them, he gets paid by them. When he works for us, he gets paid by us.
That doesn't seem to be true from what I'm hearing from employees of the authority.
There are times that
Because
they
the
work.
township is supposedly doesn't have money, so the authority is paying Tim Mills to do township grass mowing a whole summer long, breaking equipment, where originally he was told you either retire or get fired from the authority. Now all of a sudden, he's back on the payroll, breaking equipment all the time, and you can get Mr. Schuman to attest to that, I'm sure. You talk about investigating, I think time we get to the bottom of that situation, because him and Pat are like that. And I would like to see the supervisors get to the bottom of it, because I'm sure the facts that I'm giving you now have come from a very reliable source.
Well, then I ask that if you would like to speak outside the meeting and give me more information, we will follow up on the issue.
Okay.
Do you appreciate that? All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
No, I'd like to make another motion.
Oh,
I'd like to make a motion that you advertise for a new supervisor. I'll be resigning as of immediately. I'll be stepping down tonight. I don't feel that my business is any more sustainable by this township, and I quite honestly am worried where we're going in the future. So I will be resigning effective immediately. For the people of Maidencreek Township, I'm sorry, but when you're up against a wall and you know you're gonna stay up against a wall, there's no reason for that. I'm getting older, I'm gonna be retiring next year from my job. I've enjoyed serving the last term I served, and this term as well. Things were going good, but I just cannot do it after tonight. I'm sorry.
okay. Well, we thank you for your service. I'm assuming you're going to send us a letter,
I will send you a
letter
letter.
of resignation. And again, like I said,
Dave, can I ask that you reconsider that at least until the regular meeting?
Excuse me, I was speaking.
Here we go.
Sorry.
You interrupt
I
us.
said I was
I'm
speaking.
sorry, I thought you were finished, Heidi, I
Okay, all right.
apologize.
Okay, because we've had
It's not,
this, you
it's
know.
not, it's not a contest, I'm sorry.
She just threatened you.
What's that?
I heard you say thank you for your service, and I
All
thought
right,
you
all
were
right,
finished.
okay, can we just, okay. I know it's been a heated night tonight, and I'm gonna say, we do appreciate service and, you know, the experience you brought to the position, and certainly with Northern Berks Regional Police. And unfortunately, we have a difference of opinion on moving forward with some of these items. However, I think at the same time, we all believe that we've acted in the highest interest of our township and our residents here. There are many times more than one way to approach a problem or a situation, and clearly we don't always agree on the same one, but at the same time, there's been times when I've been the lone vote out too, and I've worked with that too. So it's happened, and when you have a 3-member board and it's split, there's going to be a situation where sometimes you have 2 votes one way or 1 vote the other way, or sometimes people do agree across the board. So we do appreciate your service on that. All right. This is my last call for public comment.
What?
Mr. Ryan.
With this current situation, it is now up to, by state law requires that you to appoint a successor to him to fill that position.
That's correct.
And then, as a vacancy board chairman, I would step forward to vote in his place for that replacement before I am assume that position.
Okay. The way, under the township code, when there is a vacancy that occurs, the Board of Supervisors, I believe, has 30 days to appoint a replacement for the remainder of that term. And, or if there's more than 2 years left, it goes on the ballot in 2 years. But in any case, the Board of Supervisors has 30 days to make an appointment to that position. If the Board of Supervisors does not make an appointment within those days, then the vacancy board convenes. And that's under the township code.
She's correct, David.
Okay.
It's if the 2 sitting supervisors can't agree on their replacement, then it could be, the vacancy board could be activated to solve that.
Right,
Okay, thank you.
sure,
Can I just Dave a question?
sure.
Dave, so do you want that position? Because I would support you in that.
What position?
She's already on it.
I have, this is my position, I'll propose it to you, and I'll propose it to the audience. Since we have had recently an election here where Joe got elected by a very thin margin, there's only 14 votes separated you
I know.
from Josh Madden,
Yes.
okay? I think in my place, I would like to have Josh Meck take my position, even though he's a Democrat. I'm a Republican. That has nothing to do with, we need someone to have our voice heard. If Mr. Franklin will no longer take that place, instead of me taking it, I would prefer Josh Meck to put it.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. I wouldn't vote for a Democrat. Sorry, Josh Meck, I don't know if he's here or he's not here. If you're going for a Democrat, you're going along with critical race theory, you're going along with boys using the girls' room. That's what you're going along with.
I think we just met our new supervisor.
No,
You
I'm
don't
not-
know me then.
I think you need to.
That's Josh Meck right there.
Everybody's a Democrat.
Come on.
What? This is America, dude.
We have
Who is he voting for? Show me one Democrat that voted against Pelosi.
This is a
All right.
We're not,
We're gonna put
Pelosi
an end
has
to
nothing
public
to do with
comment here.
Maidencreek Township.
Yes, she does, because the stuff that they put in place in Washington
All right,
goes on down
What
to our
these
school
people do here
board.
affects our lives more than what
The
Pelosi does.
Democrats are united like that. I agree with Mark. The Democrats are united against us. Local
Jesus.
who cares? All right, this has been a contentious meeting.
I just-
Promotion
Yeah, if you like open borders and bringing drugs in, good, I don't care.
Do you know who Josh voted for?
All right,
I can tell you right
I'll
now, I
second
didn't
that
switch.
motion.
'Cause I looked
What
at it.
motion? We
There's
didn't
a
hear.
motion to adjourn for the meeting. Is there
No,
any?
there's
No,
no
no,
public
no, no.
comment.
There's a second to the motion. We've gone through the whole agenda. This is reorganization.
I have had my hand up for at
You've
least
had
10
multiple
minutes.
times to speak.
That's right, but it's
From
public
4 or
comment.
5 times.
What I wanted to
We've
speak to
had-
was that the people online haven't been heard.
Yeah, you
There
did.
are tons of comments and they haven't been heard.
Unfortunately, there'll be
Ignore it.
That's all we can do.
Ignore it. It'll be erased.
We've been ignored the whole time, so they've been ignored too.
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
Dave, thank you for your service, thank you for your time.
All right, this meeting of Township.
Maybe we should tell Joe to retain an attorney. They're just gonna